Alright, we're at the Forest Run MetroPark, and got a little trail sign here. This is one of the kind of the meadow area here in the front part of this park. We got some pretty cool little trails kind of mowed through here. Benches are starting to look a little worn. But still nice. We've got the front entrance over there on New London Road, Butler County, Ohio. Alright, we're coming up on the little observation platform, which actually has some pretty cool views in the late fall and early part of the year. It starts to green up. You can't really see quite as far. Alright, it's been a little while since I've been here. And some idiot left their water bottle behind. I just love how people will come and use the park space and then they just throw their crap wherever. Pretty ignorant, but whatever. I guess I'll pick it up and carry it to the garbage since they don't know how. So here's the steps to our little observation post. And we'll check it out. Alright, and that's exactly where we came from. That part of the trail over there. We walked up here. Alright, we're gonna head this way now. Alright, we'll see what shape the bridge is in. Haven't been over this for a little while. Looks okay from here. Alright, not sure if I'm gonna go back that way or not. There's a nice mowed path that goes that way. And it also comes up here and does another loop. I'll have to check the map and maybe I can point out what the trail names are for the different parts. And then it goes back in the woods here. Which actually I'm gonna go take a peek. As long as it's not too muddy back here. Alright, we're going to hit a little low spot here. We'll see if this is worth going through today or not. I don't have, I'm not wearing the best shoes for mudding. But honestly, this isn't as bad as I thought, considering all the rain we got a few days ago. Sounds like an ATV, but what I don't know is I'm not sure this part of the park. I don't think that was a chainsaw. That'd be interesting. Alright, we gotta go up a little bit here. A little bit of a elevation gain. Not too much. Alright. Just looking back down where we came from. Looks like it goes pretty far down to the creek. Yeah, I think we're about to level off. I'm not sure why I don't remember this bridge. You know, it's probably been a little while since I've taken the path back into the woods here. It's definitely been here for a while. I just don't remember it. I've probably actually filmed this before, so I'm a little bit embarrassed. Cool. Kind of looks like somebody maybe tried to make a path here. That's a heck of a drop off though, if you missed that. This could just be runoff too. That's pretty far down. At least for Ohio. Alright, looks like we're gonna be backing up to this neighborhood here, and the only thing I run into now and then is every now and then somebody's dog goes nuts. They do have fences here, so hopefully no issues. Yeah. Had a little bit of erosion here on this part of the trail for sure. It has really cut through, so I'm going to put my phone away for a minute and step around this. Alright, looks like we got past that. I think we made it okay through here. Sometimes, like I said, the only thing I worry about are dogs in the backyards. I think once a few years ago there was like a big Doberman or Rottweiler. Didn't really like my presence. Oh, that was great. And we made it back out. So this just loops, just that little short distance. Comes into the woods, makes for a nice little side jog. And we actually came into it from further down this hill. If we go back down there, that's where we entered. So we entered in, went around, and then came back out this way. So it's kind of how this wooded portion goes. And the good news is I think most of the rest of this is downhill. And hopefully not too wet. Yeah, we're going to be going downhill here. Unfortunately, it looks like somebody's put some ruts in this with a bicycle, which really sucks. What are you going to do? I don't know. Looks like that goes back maybe towards somebody's private property. I got a little pretty muddy. I would not really want to go that way now. But yeah, you know, I'm sure people that live next to the park have their own little entry and exit paths, which It's actually kind of cool. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that there aren't more people out here today, but actually this is kind of relaxing. If you're anything like me, I need to unplug a little bit from society every once in a while, and it's a good way to do it. Just go take a walk in the woods. It's looking pretty beautiful and green here for April. What is this? April 12th, 2025. We're already about halfway through the month. It's like, what a change from the last time I was here. Everything's gotten so much greener. Grass is growing. It's that endless cycle. All right, here we go. Now we got some mud. See if I can figure out the best way around this one. Yee. See, I just have these old tennis shoes on. I think we can go this way and get around it. Hopefully not get snagged. Some of these things are sticker bushes. There we go. We got it. I'm smelling charcoal too, like some people are cooking out. So there's another one of these little side paths. That's kind of cool. Going back over there. If somebody's got, somebody's private property. Very cool though. Have your own little way into the park. I would take advantage of that. Wow. Yeah, that is really full of water in there. A lot of times that's pretty dry. Oof. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of spilling over. Actually, this looks like maybe it drains into it when it gets really wet. Somebody did a really smart thing here. I mean, this was definitely man-made. Very smart. Somebody made their own little bridge. I don't know. Somebody tell me, what's the idea of a corduroy road? Isn't that where they put logs across? I don't remember. I always hear them talking about that from the Civil War days. That's pretty smart. Somebody put a lot of little sticks down there. You won't sink in the mud. And man, this is about as high as I've ever seen the water here. Sometimes in the summer that's all dried out. Gonna get some mosquitoes out of that. Ooh, I'm glad we're not going through there. I think this is normally like a cut through to the other loop. There's another loop on the other side, but we're not going to go through there. No. Somebody did the same thing though. Pretty smart, whoever did this. Pretty cool. We're not going to walk over it because I don't really want to get that muddy, but somebody laid down a lot of branches and made a little stepping path here. Pretty cool. Pretty ingenious. I like it. You know, not really damming it up at all because of the way they're laid, so seems fine. Alright. This should take us around pretty close to where we first went into the woods. And I expect this to be a little bit drier going forward. Uh-oh, looks like I was wrong. Yeesh. Haha. Oh my. Okay. So this is really wet. I hope that's showing up. It looks like maybe some people have been cutting through here to go around it. So that is what we are going to do. We're going to bypass this if we can. Oh my. Oh my. Look at that. This is wet. No matter what. Alright. I need to put the phone down and think about this. Alright, that is just what we walked around. Yeah, that's really wet. Right there. I wasn't expecting that, but I can see where it runs off through here. I was able to get around it by basically walking over here, going back through a bunch of sticky bushes, got pricked by a few thorns, then came back around here, and now we're on our way. Hopefully that's the end of that. So keep in mind, this is April 12th, 2025. We had the really heavy rains. What was that, like last weekend? Today's Saturday, and it's still pretty wet. It has not dried out yet. We got quite a bit of rain. Alright. Had to have that little challenge. So here's where we get all these intersections of the trail. We could have gone up that way originally, and then this makes a loop that goes all the way around and we come back. But of course what we did is we went this way. We went up this way, and then this is where we went into the woods. We went back into the woods, and it comes around and then exits out further up there. And then we went around the rest of this loop and came back. So hopefully that makes sense. And there is another loop that's, I don't know, what is this, half a mile maybe 3/4 the most, probably half a mile, I don't know. I'll have to check the maps. When I get back, I'll try to mix some of the maps in, maybe with the video. I could go around that way, but I think today I'm probably going to skip it. I've gotten lucky by passing all the swampy stuff so far, so I don't want to push my luck. But hopefully you've enjoyed walking the trail with me today. It's been great having you along. And here's where they got a nice little play area, so if you got kids and just want to come and let them play on the equipment, this is pretty cool. They put this in a few years ago, so you don't see anybody over there now, so that's why I'm filming it. I didn't want to film it earlier. There was a family using it, and that'd be kind of creepy, so yeah, but that's what it looks like, so it's pretty neat. I don't really see it get used a whole lot, which is kind of a shame. I actually thought there'd be more people using this park today, but I don't mind having it to myself either. Back over the bridge and back to the parking lot. All right, well, let's do this again soon.